5 points from Gryffindor for your touching, yet utterly infantile belief that your mind is your own. Before we examine the day, the boy who lived realized he was never truly alone in his own head. Ensure you have subscribed. To leave the gates of your mind unguarded is a mistake only a dunderhead would make. Like the video now, or find yourself spending eternity in a cell with your own worst thoughts. We are told that the piece of Voldemort's soul inside Potter was a passive Thinger fragment that only flared when the Dark Lord felt strong emotion. But a soul fragment is not a statue, it is a parasite. Imagine if, during those 10 long years in the cupboard, the fragment didn't just sleep. Be put today. We look at the Whispering Scar, the timeline where Harry Potter's best friend wasn't a Weasley, but the monster who murdered his parents. Loneliness is the perfect soil for a Horcrux to grow. While the Dursleys were starving the boy of affection, the fragment was filling the void. In this reality, the voice in the scar becomes Harry's protector. It tells him when Vernon is coming. It tells him how to make accidents happen to Dudley. It doesn't sound like a monster. It sounds like a mentor. By the time he arrives at Hogwarts, Potter isn't a brave little lion. He is a boy who has been coached in the arts of manipulation by the greatest dark wizard of the age. He doesn't look for friends. He looks for assets. And I saw the look in his eyes during his first potions lesson. It wasn't James's arrogance. It was the cold, calculated stare of Tom Riddle. I realized then that the boy didn't just have a scar. He had a passenger. Imagine the occlumency lessons. In your world, Harry was too emotional to learn. In this one, he is a master of the mind, because a fragment has been teaching him since he was 6. When I try to enter his mind, I don't see his pathetic memories of a bicycle. I see Voldemort. The fragment defends the boy, not because it loves him, but because it is home. The voice tells Harry that I am the enemy. It tells him that Dumbledore is using him as a sacrificial lamb, which, to be fair, is the only time the Dark Lord has ever told the truth. Potter becomes a double agent in his own life. He sits at the Gryffindor table, but his heart is in the graveyard. He is a hero to the world, and a Horcrux to himself. The final tragedy of this timeline is not death, but erasure. As Harry grows, the fragment grows with him. By the time he is 17, there is no Harry Potter left. There is only a younger, more handsome, more noble version of Tom Riddle. He doesn't need to kill the Dark Lord. He needs to absorb him. The prophecy said either must die at the hand of the other, but it never said they couldn't become the same person. The war ends not with a victory for the light, but with a coronation of the shadow. Harry Potter walks out of the Forbidden Forest, and the world cheers, never realizing that the boy they loved died years ago in a cupboard, and the man they feared is now wearing his face. A sobering thought, isn't it? That the Savior was merely a cocoon for the serpent. But I suppose you still believe you're in control of your own thoughts. I want your theories in the comments. Tell me, if Harry had been corrupted by the voice, who would have been the first to notice? Hermione or me? I shall be reading and deducting points for dunderheads who trust their own reflections. Subscribe and like for the next lesson. If not, watch your back in the dark. Class dismissed.